This is your before and after story. Prepare for an incredible career in nursing. At Southeastern College, experience expert hands-on training. Learn real-world skills in our professional lab and simulated settings. And train for opportunities as a practical nurse, registered nurse, or career advancement with our RN to BSN program. At Southeastern College, your future is bright. Visit sec.edu to get started.
This is a mini meditation guided by Bombas. Repeat after me. I'm comfy. I'm cozy. I have 0 blisters on my toes. And that's because I wear Bombas, the softest socks, underwear, and t-shirts that give back. One purchased equals one donated. Now go to bombas.com/listen and use code LISTEN for 20% off your first purchase. That's bombas.com/listen and use code LISTEN at checkout.
Every team, every topic, everywhere. This is Bleav.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting in 2025. Whether you're a seasoned fan or a first-time bettor, BetOnline is your ultimate game day companion. With the largest selection of odds on everything from football, the NBA, college basketball, NHL, and UFC, BetOnline is your number one betting source for the new year. Every touchdown to three-pointer and hat trick, BetOnline has you covered with odds, stats, and more for every game, every play, every win. BetOnline, the game starts here.
This is the Bleav in the Warhawks podcast, part of the Bleav Network, with hosts Dusty Thibodeau.
I seem to be the only guy they can find to talk to.
And Chase Region.
Just offensive line, man. Still not getting credit for shit, and it's cool.
Chase, back for another one.
Yes, sir.
And, you know, it was a great weekend. 50 years of women's basketball on the Bayou, including the reunion of the Final Four team. No Coach Oak, of course, because she has her own coaching duties, coaching, the D2, D3 team that she's over now. But there were some hosses on campus that looked like they could still take the floor and make it a bucket or three. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And I saw a couple W's from the Warhawks this weekend. Gotta love a good solid weekend from everybody.
Always good when you can beat the Cajuns as well at home.
Absolutely. That team down south. Starting us off with Cajun hate. Is that what we're going to do? You're going to bait me into this, or are you just saying that?
I don't have to bait you. You're just going to blurt it out anyway.
Well, just your weekly reminder that University of Louisiana Lafayette sucks.
Is that like a PSA? Are they going to put that on the billboard?
That's put my face on it with it too. I'm all for it, dude. I catch any of those hands they want from down south.
Are you saying that for the right amount of money from Dr. Brian Maggart, you would not be heading to Lafayette, Louisiana?
There's no amount of money that the University of Louisiana. Ooh, I shouldn't say that. They couldn't get me to wear the logo. All right, they, don't kid yourself. Everywhere be bought, but I would not. I would wear my ULM colors and logo to work every single day. Yep.
So a new guy that gets to wear the ULM colors to work every single day, Chase. We have a new deputy director. This is the number 2 guy in athletics. John Hartwell's left and right hand. Dr. Coleman Barnes joins us, coming in to the Bayou from West Virginia by way of Miami of Ohio, Utah State, Ole Miss, UAB, and also was a long snapper, so a great specialist that I love.
Yeah.
At the University of Kentucky. Welcome in there, Coleman.
Appreciate you all having me. It's great to be here.
Great to be here, Dr. Barnes. I'm excited
I think
about
he
this.
lied when he said it was great to be here.
I'm excited. I think he did too. I think he's ready for bed. But considering we had just heard, he told us he was still at the office here. And no, I'm excited. He's in Monroe. I did read his bio, and I think he's got some really great experience I'm really excited about. And I think that position is needed to be filled for a while. So I'm glad to see John make that move, and definitely excited for Dr. Barnes here.
So, Coleman, we always kick off every interview with why ULM. What is it about ULM that really drew you in? And what's the first thing that you have kind of on your agenda to make ULM a little bit bigger, a little bit better, a little bit faster, stronger?
Well, first and foremost, relationships are everything in this business. And the relationship I have with John Hartwell really is why I even had the opportunity to come down and see ULM and see Monroe. And I worked with John getting close to 20 years ago at Ole Miss. And when I was a young development officer and he was running the business office and overseeing sports, he was always really good to me. And then fast forward, when I left there in 2008, he hired me as his deputy at Utah State to oversee pretty much anything that touched revenue. And he was really good to me there. I got to do things that all young people say they want to do. And then some get in the situation to be able to do it. And they're like, oh, I don't know about this. But he really helped, set me up with some experiences that hopefully one day will put me in a position to get an athletic director job. And now I left him after 20 months to go to West Virginia University and be the chief of staff for their football program. But when Neil Brown wasn't, when he was fired, and subsequently the rest of us were not retained, John quickly reached out, and we had some conversations about an opportunity here. And the more I heard and the more, I reflected back on the last football season, and I'll never forget, we're flying back from somewhere, I think an opponent in Texas, and I'm watching ULM beat James Madison. I was like, wow, that's awesome for ULM, because, those things haven't happened a lot. But John got me to campus. I saw so much of the community and met so many people on campus. And frankly, I'm licking my chops, man. I feel like we have the chance to do some really special things. At the end of the day, it's about revenues and pouring the revenues into the program, into people, having high quality coaches and staff and ultimately student athletes. And I feel like we're going to do some really special things. And they've already started on that trajectory. So I'm fired up to be here.
Yeah, I love that, dude. You're so right. Doesn't it feel, Thibs and I have been fans for over a decade now, myself and him, for undisclosed many years. I don't know. He's pretty old. But it just feels like we're close, right? It feels like and I hope you can feel that. I know the community feels that. I know the fans feel that. We're so close. I want to ask you, Coleman, you're 7 days in the job, right? What does the first 7 days look like?
First 7 days is onboarding, all the fun stuff, doing certain trainings and trying to, make sure you got the resources to attack each day, that whether that's a computer or an office or meeting your staff, knowing people's names and connecting with people on campus. So it's not the most fun part of the job. The fun's going to start when you get settled and get to go out and visit with people in this community, whether it's in Monroe or Northeast Louisiana or going to places where we have a lot of alumni. That's when the real fun begins, because you get to really talk to people about the why, like why we need you to invest. What do we need to do to be successful? We have the lowest budget in the Sun Belt, and frankly, I don't care. Everywhere I've worked, I haven't worked at a place that's been easy. And, that's where the success just is so much sweeter when you're the underdog and you go out and you get after people. And I feel like we can do that here. On the staff that I'll work with daily, they're hungry, they're fired up. They saw the change starting and moving forward. And when I came down back in January and Coach Vincent, just hearing people talk about the excitement about what he's building, it makes you want to do whatever you can to give those student athletes a chance to celebrate victories and go to a bowl game and win a bowl game and really build a program that the alumni and community is proud of.
So as deputy AD, you're the number 2 guy. But it seems like a lot of your background is really around that management of whoever the media rights holder is, whether it's been Learfield in your past, Van Wagner now at ULM. ULM has never done a great job of telling their story and allowing people to really see the greatness there on the bayou. How do you kind of leverage your past to make sure that ULM is getting the most out of their partnership there with Van Wagner?
Okay. So the first 16 years of my career, I was in fundraising and development. And most of that dealt with building relationships with individuals, alumni or friends of the program, and sharing ways that people can philanthropically invest in the program. Van Wagner, I've never worked with Van Wagner. I've been at Learfield schools and have always had a great relationship with them. And I actually met with Chris Ferris this afternoon, and I like him a lot. He's actually a West Virginia guy. He's been in minor league baseball, so God bless him, because working in baseball is I've heard horror stories about it, but I think there's a lot of similarities that he is excited to implement here into this market. That when we've had our discussions, I think people will be excited about it. There's going to be unique ways for people to get on board besides just writing a check, right? I mean, yeah, we'd love for everybody to write checks and our budget grows and subsequently we find success that way, but we also want people to have a good time and feel good about their investment. So whether they're donating to the Warhawk Athletic Foundation, whether they're coming on board as a sponsor with Van Wagner, we'll find a place for everybody. What fits you as the individual, what fits you and your business, and then it's our responsibility to align it with what satisfies you, what makes you feel good about the investment into the program.
Chase, he's going to make us start paying to say ULM, so we now have to start referring to it as like NLU or something.
No, no, we can't do that. I think I was excited about the Van Wagner move, Thibs. I don't know about you, but I felt like I had heard around some friends around college football that Van Wagner does some things really, really well. And I hope Coleman, you have this thing. I will say one thing about Chris. I technically am. This is gonna sound so egotistical, Coleman, but Thibs, I kind of secretly love it. Every year I have to sign a talent contract with Van Wagner. My wife calls me the talent for like 2 months straight. That gets annoying, but and I have to work with Chris to do that, of course, and Mike Hammett for the radio. But I also want to say that I say all that to say that Chris Ferris loves a good vest. And
he had one on today.
Dude, it's the weirdest thing. He'll have one on in the middle of August and July. It doesn't make sense to me. And he loves to just walk up to me and just show me that his ULM vest. And I just think, screw you, dude. I've been trying to get a ULM vest for 12 years and nobody will give me one. And I hope Martin's listening to this because he knows I'm going to continue to complain about it, because yet again, I'm on like the 5th podcast of saying, Martin, I need some swag. And if I could get a vest, Martin, I'm not asking you for one, Coleman. You got it. We're not there yet, but Martin. Okay, tangent over. I want a vest, and Chris wears them a lot. That's it. That's all I had. I'm sorry.
Chase, I like a good vest. I like a good vest myself. I'm a visor guy.
Ooh,
and I do like a good vest. And
visor and a vest. This guy is
not necessarily
dad look.
Not necessarily
okay,
together.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not.
Look, he was a teammate of Neil Brown. He worked for Neil Brown. He's a visor and a vest guy. Don't let him fool you, Chase.
I'm getting that energy, and I like it. I think we need some more of that in Monroe. We need a few more visors. And yeah, I love it, dude. I'm with it. I'm for it.
I think I scared the staff a little bit. I wore a sport coat multiple days last week, because I cater to the day, like what's going on with the day. I mean, I'd much rather have a pair of slacks and a polo on. But it kind of depends on the day. So,
you got to set that tone early too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
First impressions are everything. No, you're fundraising. You get that.
Yeah.
You got to walk in there and act like another place. Well, like I said, dude, we're excited you're here. We're excited for some visor energy in this thing.
Let's bring it.
So, Coleman, what's been the biggest challenge that you've seen so far? I mean, I know you're 1 week in, but everybody has that, oh, geez, moment, at any job you have, but let alone at ULM.
I think it's our infrastructure and just number of bodies we have. So when you have limited personnel, you got to make decisions on what you focus on and focus on the priorities. What's gonna help us cater the most to the student athletes, and what's also going to help us provide the best experience for our fans, and then what's going to help us generate revenue. Those are three things that stand out. But what I've quickly noticed is we have really good people in this building who are eager to do more than probably what their job description says. And, if I had everyone put together a roles and responsibility sheet, I'm sure every one of them would not align with the job description, because people just do more than what the sheet of paper says. And that tells me that they're motivated, they're excited to see this program find success, and they know that it's going to help them in their career as well. And so we're just, there's probably as many people in this athletic department, including coaches, as what I got to oversee at West Virginia on a daily basis with the number of coaches and staff we had. So there's going to be some parallels there. But no, we had John Hartwell just celebrated a milestone birthday. I won't tell you which one. You can probably guess. And it was neat because we all went to lunch today, and the administrative staff was there, and just seeing everybody gel and have conversation together, and just see him. He's just a normal guy that he wants everybody to be part of this thing, and his door's always open, and people feel like they can go to him, and that's not the case at most places with athletic directors. And but he is accessible, and he's a friend of them. I mean, it's pretty neat to see, and what that tells me is they got a great family here, family environment here.
Is that a monumental birthday that entitles you to a discount of coffee at McDonald's, or is this not quite there yet?
Like a discount forever?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know what the age number. I don't know what the number is on that now, but he's close to that, I think. Was it AARP? Is that the
no?
What is
Coleman, no.
What is that number? I don't know if he's there yet.
He starts drawing Social Security. We'll see. Hold on, I'm about to Google him now.
That's bad about being in the public light, where you're so Googleable about everything that is what it is. But one thing, Coleman, it excited me when I saw it that you are Googleable about. You were a special teamist and a Johnny Unitas walk-on award winner for University of Kentucky. While you were there, played for 2 years. It was not the heyday of Kentucky football, but how does that experience of being the student athlete kind of help you guide these student athletes that you now have a leadership role with?
Yeah, the reason I'm here today is because I had the opportunity to play college football at Kentucky, and I started 3 years as the snapper, was on the team for 4. My freshman year, I worked in recruiting, and on that staff, you got people like Sonny Dykes, who's the head coach at TCU. He was a GA. Chris Hatcher's the head coach at Samford University. Mike Leach was on the staff. Hal Mumme was the head coach. Guy Morris replaced Hal Mumme as the head coach when Mumme got let go. I learned a ton, and to be able to play in the environments I got to play in, like snapping in Tiger Stadium, right? When at the time 90,000+ people are going berserk. Now, my first dose at Tiger Stadium, though, was my freshman year when I worked in recruiting in Kentucky. We won on a last-second field goal, so it went from deafening to silent. So fast forward a couple years when I actually got to play there, I'll never forget, we ran a fake punt. I was supposed to reach a block that I got out athleted. We'll just say that. And if you saw me, you probably understand why. But they beat us 34-0, and played them the next 2 years and got beat on a slant pass. I can't remember if it was like 7 seconds or 17 seconds left. And of course, Nick Saban's the coach, but the big one against LSU was the Bluegrass Miracle. So I snapped what was supposed to be the game-winning field goal, and there were 15 seconds left, and I think we all know what happened after that. And but to be in those settings, I mean, I look back and we never had a punt block in the 3 seasons. So, even though in those high-pressure situations, it started with the snap, but we had a group of guys that poured everything into making sure we got the punt off, and we were successful there. And you can transfer a lot of those skills to the daily grind that we get to deal with in college athletics. And so I owe everything to playing, and it's hard to believe it's been that long ago. My last season was 2002, but the neat thing about working in this business too is I get older and I get to be around young people every day, and get to see them live out their dreams and some really neat experiences. So really, really neat deal.
I know Thibs is talking about how I hate special teamers, and that's halfway true because I don't believe that punters are people. And kickers, I was very lucky enough to play with a guy named Justin Manton from ULM, who was an animal punting the ball and kicking the ball. And I just want to publicly say that, Justin, you're welcome for your career long because of my false start. But I will say that I myself long snapped, respectable job. It's not as easy as people think. Okay, it's very hard to snap and block. It's very hard to get run over if you're on a field goal, which they've changed that rule now. So I want to give you the props that Thibs is trying to insinuate that I was not going to give you. Any college football player, minus kickers and punters, deserve tons of amounts of respect. And I totally agree with everything you said about how it helps you. If you let it can help you transition in life really, really well.
Chase, I'm so proud of you for maturing and seeing special teams as people too.
No. Long snappers, yes, because they're kind of, I don't want to call them offensive linemen, no offense, Coleman, but they're kind of like, almost. They're like 4 snap offensive linemen, right? Like they're going to take a couple snaps a game. They're not getting their head beat in for 80 snaps a game, but 4 to 6, depends on, my offense wasn't too great there at ULM, so we didn't kick a ton of field goals. But anyways, Coleman, I want to tell you a story because I say this a lot, that people ask me where are the coolest places I played. And I played at I played at Tiger Stadium. And I think the most beautiful, I hope we can all agree on this, Appalachian State, the most beautiful stadium I've ever played in, Thibs. It's just, Coleman, have you been there?
I actually haven't.
Oh, dude, you're going to love it. Wait, do we play them in the next 10
not on
years?
Schedule this year.
No,
Nope.
That sucks. Well, I hope one day you get to go to the stadium. It's really beautiful. And I say this, the most underrated was Kentucky, because Kentucky Stadium was beautiful, dude. Of course, you expect the grass to be nice, right? You get a whole, grass named after you. But, man, it was rocking. They had just done some renovations, and people packed that place out. And that was when, they had Zadarius Smith and Bud Dupree, and they kind of crapped on me, if I'm being honest. But, yeah, what a beautiful, beautiful place, beautiful stadium, and I'm forever grateful I got the opportunity to play there.
Yeah, they did a really nice job with that stadium. Ironically, the stadium at West Virginia had the same bones, but Kentucky's, we'll just say that SEC money is a little deeper than what West Virginia Big 12 money that they came on board with. And but yeah, Kentucky did a great job. And at the end of the day, the business has changed so much, right? You got to cater to what is going to drive the revenues, and you got to cater to what the fans want, right? And there's so much hospitality and engagement that takes place at the games, and I'm excited to see it here. I keep having people tell me, like, you get a little dose of I've heard little dose of the Grove tailgating, the Grove at Ole Miss. You got the trees back there. You got the RV lot, which sounds like it's a great place to be. So I'm excited to see it, and just what I'm hearing out there. And when I came on the visit, and I've been in town for a little over 2 weeks, there's excitement around
Yeah,
ULM football that I'm guessing hasn't been around here for quite some time. And we got to back it up, right? So we got to get out in the community. We got to get people not just talking about it, but acting on it. And that's whether that's buying tickets or buying a season ticket or group tickets or an individual game ticket. It doesn't matter, but everybody around here can play their part and really help us hopefully find some success. And Coach Vincent would tell you compete for a championship. And I heard him speak I guess this was my second day on the job, and I think he had everybody in there ready to write a check and ready to buy in because, I mean, he was spot on with what his vision was and what it was going to take, and he made you feel like you were right there with them, being part of the program.
I tell you haven't lived, Coleman, until the Warhawks are winning, right? They get 4 or 5 wins under their belt. You haven't lived until you've walked through the Grove and had tons of different people offer you food, and you just take that nice little stroll down. It's a great atmosphere. The fans are ready for something cool, man. I'm telling you, it feels like there's nothing that feels more like home than that tailgate.
That's great. And that, unfortunately, one of the negatives about working in this business, a lot of times
you're going to be working all day. Yeah.
You don't get to partake in some of the festivities. But I'm glad to hear they do that, because I've worked at places where tailgating is not necessarily part of the culture, and it's going to be neat to see. And that first game could be here before we know it. I think we're going to get our schedule within the next week, and it'd be nice to know when the dates are. We get our home games and get people fired up about it.
Thursday, April 28th against St. Francis kicks off the season, but who's counting?
August.
Yeah.
August.
August.
Did I say August?
I said April. I mean, we're ready.
I'm ready for it. Yeah.
Hey, I don't know if Vincent's ready for it, but let's go.
We know Fisher was.
Hey, Fisher's ready at any moment, dude. I'm telling you. There's a ball somewhere. He can sniff it. I promise you, he smells the pigskin, dude. He's ready to go.
Listeners, are you looking for a shortcut to better auto insurance for you? Something that takes all the research off your plate, something that's easy, something that matches you at lower rates, something genius. That's where NerdWallet comes in. These nerds have already done the work for you. Just answer a few questions and ta-da, you'll be matched with top insurance providers in your area. Find the right rate for you today at nerdwallet.com. After all, using NerdWallet is more than just smart, it's genius.
Not all applicants will qualify for the lowest monthly payments. NerdWallet Insurance Services, Inc. CA resident license number OK92033.
So, Coleman, you've been in Monroe for 2 weeks now. Surely you've had the Johnny's Pizza, Magic Grill, some good old Stankin' Dankin' Trail. What's the go-to meal already?
Oh, Lordy. Let me tell you, I've been to some good spots. And I got to be careful too, because there's sponsors whose places I've been to that are really good. And there's non-sponsors that I've been to that we need to get them on board because they are really good. Oh God!
You can say, "Hey, no free ads." You can take your sponsors. Go for it.
No one listens to us.
Yeah, no. I mean, people listen. Don't think that, Coleman. But you can, like I said, no free ads. You can go for the stuff you get paid for. That's fine.
Here's what I would say. I've been to Fieldhouse 3 times.
Come on, class.
Fieldhouse. Been there 3 times. That's where we actually
Buffalo
had
chicken quesadilla. Oh,
I see. I'm on the Cajun kick. I mean, any chance I can have a shrimp po' boy or crawfish po' boy or anything like that. Gator, I had gator the other night.
Come on.
Oh yeah, and I'm pretty intrigued and motivated by all that. So I got a lot of places to test out, and the food here is a huge upgrade from where I'm coming from. And I mean, I love some pepperoni rolls, and that's a big West Virginia thing. But this is taking it to a whole nother level. But I got to watch all the fried stuff. That I've been
No, Coleman, I'm telling you, just go for an extra run in the morning and just eat like shit, because that is the best place in the world. Thibs got me all excited talking about food in Monroe. I'm getting all hot and bothered over here, but keep going. I'm sorry. Fieldhouse is great. I'm telling you, get the buffalo chicken quesadilla. I don't give a shit about your no fried food. Okay, get the buffalo chicken quesadilla. Get an extra ranch. Get a Diet Coke. Make sure you get a Diet Coke, and then fried pickles to start the meal. Okay, and then Tums. You're gonna need some Tums after that. I promise you.
Yeah, I did have some fried pickles today.
Yeah.
Waterfront Grill. That was delicious.
Classic.
Epic.
No fried food. There you go. There you go.
Oh, I'm not avoiding the fried foods. I just need to avoid the fried foods.
Waterfront doesn't fry anything though, so it's a great place. First meal I ever had in Monroe, and it holds a special place in my heart. I think the second date ever with my wife. So love that place, dude.
Did I ever tell you my waterfront story?
Ooh, Thibs has got a story. Hold on, Coleman.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm on my official visit, and we have to meet with the registrar, Dean Weems, and they're like, they're like, you think you could stay another day because he's not available today? He's off doing some stupid seafood restaurant, but they don't fry anything, so it's not going to last. But that's what he wants to retire and do. I was like, all right, cool. Fast forward to the next day, and Don's all excited, telling me about Waterfront Grill. I don't even think we talked about my transcripts or anything like that. Just like, yeah, you're good. Fantastic.
You're good, man. Hey, try out the Shrimp Rocky. It's crazy. And he's right. That's the thing, Thibs. Yeah, dude. Waterfront. Crazy good. All right, Coleman, have you been to – now I'm going to take us over. Have you been to Paris yet?
I did. I had it. I got a few written down here for you. Paris, phenomenal.
Come on. Phenomenal.
Delta Biscuit. I've been there a couple of times. Outstanding.
Love DBC, bro.
Flying Heart.
Haven't been.
What a great pizza.
Ted, this is the best pizza in Monroe, and Monroe don't have great pizza. Sorry, Coleman.
Yeah, I don't need the pizza.
Revival's good stuff. But yeah. The wrap. There's a wrap at Flying Heart. Very good.
Wrap.
Sorry. You know what I miss the most? Cormier's. And to get the slot bucket.
Oh, that tracks, dude. Cormier sucks. Coleman, have you had crawfish yet?
I didn't say crawfish. I said slot bucket.
I had crawfish. I forgot where I had it, but I'm glad nobody was in there watching me eat it because I got some work to do. I gotta get better.
5 pounds in 2 hours.
I only got 2 pounds. I learned you need to get 3.
You left there starving, hungry too. I know you did. You were like, I need to go to McDonald's on the way home. Apero. Delicious.
He's going down the sponsor.
Right beside Delta Biscuit.
Okay.
Right beside Delta
Biscuit. It's I think it's a new spot. I hadn't been there.
Yeah, it was really good. And I'm excited to go to Traps. I was going to go the other night, but I went to a movie instead. And
that's where you take the wifey for a nice, casual, good dinner.
Yeah, I heard the nachos are money.
The seafood nachos are crazy. And at dinner time, they serve a chicken breast stuffed boudin. Or boudin stuffed chicken breast. Very good.
Nice.
Very, very good. Okay, I'm gonna give you some spots, all right? And nobody pays me, so that don't matter.
McDonald's.
Every morning. No, I do love McDonald's, so watch your mouth. I don't want to hear that. And hot take here, I do love Arby's too. And that's gonna lose me some ears, but I do love that place. Double beef and cheddar. Okay. Now I'm talking about local places only because we like to shop local. Thibs, we like to eat local. All right, of course, yes, yeah,
of course.
Number one spot for me, almost every single morning of the last 2 years I lived there, which is why I gained a lot of weight. You got to get a Daily Press burrito. Okay, you know what Daily Press is yet, Coleman?
Nope.
Okay, Daily Press is a chain of like gas station restaurant things.
Okay,
they're in Monroe. Very, very good. You got to try a DPB, baby. It's a Daily Press burrito. Very, very good. Magic Grill, in my personal opinion, has the best burger in Monroe. Okay. And you got to get a double. You got to eat some Tums again. You got to get the tots. Okay. People are going to tell you get the curly Q's. I'm going to tell you get the tots extra ketchup. All right. And then you said you've already been to Paris, but Warehouse again holds another special place in my heart. I took my wife on my first date there, and I could not afford it. but I'm sure you can. And it's a it's another date night spot. Very, very Traps you can take the kids to, but Warehouse you really just want to go on like a nice, a nice.
I've been
date.
to Janussa's. Janussa's was delicious. I want to J Papa's. That's one I haven't been to. I keep hearing about. That the beautiful thing is there's so much.
Oh, I'm sorry. We've gone for like 10 minutes on food. My bad, dude. But I do this. So, but yeah, I'm glad you get to experience Monroe. I hope you get to go to, and I'm sure you will. You sound like the type of guy that's going to go to community events, go to the chamber events, go to the city events. All those stuff. They do a really great job. And you're going to see really quickly how close that community is. And I think that was my favorite part about living there, man, was just, you got to know everybody on a first name basis. You got to see what they were. I think Monroe's driving so much economic development, educational development. I think they're doing a lot of really, really cool things. And I think now athletics is also, pushing forward that city. And I hope that you get to help drive that, to be honest with you, Coleman.
Yeah, that's the plan. I actually did go to a chamber function last week, and a lot of good people, and Roy that managed it. He did an outstanding job making people participate and really tell their story, and I tell you, ULM is a big piece of it, and you could feel the excitement at that function, and a lot of those businesses are their sponsors or they buy tickets. So I'm excited to continue to do as much as I can by and participating in the chamber functions, and it's been good, man. I've been here for just over 2 weeks, I guess, by myself, and I haven't had one bit of hesitation about why I came here. I mean, it's something that I think when we look back in a couple of years, we're going to be like, wow, we really made some unbelievable things happen, and it's because of the people, and it's because of the relationships that we're going to continue to build, and it's because at the end of the day, it's going to be because we're going to get really good student athletes in here to win some games.
And I think me and Chase are a true ULM story where the people that love the school, they're passionate about it. They'll do whatever they can to help the school. They might be wearing some purple and gold or another color, but they're still going to be bleeding the maroon and gold and doing what they can for it.
Hold on. Don't you put that on me. I don't like that you put my name in with purple and I'm sorry, Coleman. I don't like that you put my name purple and gold. I'm not doing that.
Are you done?
Thank you.
Okay. And so I think that, you're going to see that it's a very passionate fan base. We're excited about where we are. I think that we don't know how to act, honestly, because we've never had this kind of hope. Even in 2012, when we were beating everybody, we had Baylor there with the whiteout, breaking the stadium and everything else. People still didn't know how to act. In 13, once you're coming off of the first ever bowl game, I think people were like, oh, well, you almost, we're going to miss out. But I think there's just something different this time where we're right on the cusp of really having this program in the right shape, go in the right direction, and winning some serious games.
I mean, that's exactly how it feels to me. And but now we got to back it up. We got to go get things done and continue to spread the word that it's going to take all of us. And on the LSU piece, I look back and I've worked at places where you've always had the bigger brand that's kind of been there, right? So how do you deal with it? And I've always told people that your investment here, dollar for dollar, is going to go a lot further than where it's going to go down in Baton Rouge, right? Or, when I was at Utah State, you had a little bit of the BYU effect. Miami, Ohio, you had Ohio State. UAB, you got Alabama and Auburn. But at the end of the day, it's like it's the community's team. And if you're an alum of this school, like why not do your part and invest, whether it's with your time, talent, or treasure, and help move the needle for this university? Because with our success, the only thing that happens is the value of the university goes up, the value of your degree goes up, the value of your brand goes up, and Northeast Louisiana and the entire ULM NLU community, like we all benefit with the success of our athletics department, and we've got plenty of cool things we can provide, with some investment. It's going to be a lot better value than sending your annual check down to support the Tigers.
Come on, Thibs. This guy's 7 days in, preaching already. I love it, Coleman. Dr. Barnes, excuse me. Keep it going, dude.
He's got a PhD. That's the only requirement to be. Well, I'm saying that's the only requirement to be a ULS president. So, Coleman, you're fired from your position.
Coleman,
you are the new position.
Throw in that application,
you are the new president of ULM.
Dr. B, come on. Love that. Totally agree.
Somebody else can have that one. Yeah. Got a little more prep work to do before I'm ready for that one.
Well, we're trying to promote you.
Well, I appreciate it.
Coleman, can't thank you enough for breaking away. We're excited to see what happens this upcoming season. Excited to see what happens down the stretch for ULM baseball, softball, seeing what happens with the new men's basketball coach, seeing what Missy can do in Pensacola. Just the list goes on and on. But this is the first time in a while we've had a lot of excitement, and seeing the administration as excited as you are, as John is, it's a great time.
It really is. And the basketball tournament's next week. I mean, what the beautiful thing about basketball is anybody has a chance, right? You get hyped at the right time. And I was able to watch our women play twice this past week, and Coach Bilderback, she just in conversations with her even before the week, like, it sounds like we've been so close, right? Well, they figured out a way to close games this week against some couple of really good teams, and now we go on the road this week with two tough matchups, and but hopefully we can steal some wins and carry that momentum to Pensacola, and then with Coach Richard and his retirement, I mean, his last games this Friday night, last game here at home, and be great for people to come out and send him out the right way. And what happens after that, it could be a really exciting time for this program. And what a great time for people to send him out right, but rally around the new coach to hopefully make all of Monroe and the ULM community proud.
Well, Dr. Barnes, I want to say again, thank you so much for your time tonight. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us knuckleheads. And I want to I know Thibs and I don't live there anymore, but I really want to say welcome to Monroe. And I really hope that you have a great experience. I hope your family has a great experience. I hope you, my challenge to you in a loving and friendly way is to get to know the community, love the place. It really is a special place. And I hope that in the future it holds a special place in your heart.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And this was a big move for my family, and we're all excited. My in-laws live in Madison, Mississippi, so we're only 2 hours away from them. And, it's been hard with kids being away from their grandparents, one set of grandparents that long. So this is a big time for the Barnes family, and we're fired up to be part of it. So appreciate you too. And don't be a stranger if you sneak over this way. And I'll get you one of those daily press burritos. When you
hey, I'm going to hold you to that, Coleman. Don't you worry about it.
I'll see if I can find the number, and
I'll make sure that you meet me at the DP, baby.
Chase, it was so much fun. We should do it again next week.
Yes, sir. I'll see you next week.
Hello, my name is Jorge Gaviria, and I'm the founder of Hacienda. We partner with farmers in Mexico to bring heirloom corn products to every kitchen. With my Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One, I earn unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase. And it has no preset spending limit, which means my purchasing power adapts to my business needs. My Spark card helps me fulfill my mission of bringing masa to the masses. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms and conditions apply. Find out more at CapitalOne.com/SparkCashPlus.